Welcome to day 23 of our free 30-day Get Up and Go challenge. Today we're going to talk about emotional area and aspect of our life, and we're going to go through the SOAP framework, I guess I put it down already, with respect to our emotions, our emotional life, the impact that emotions have on our life. Now, emotions, just like our health, our spiritual well-being, our mental health, which we'll talk about tomorrow, and confidence and communication, they all interact and impact one another, kind of like a spider web, kind of like my shirt today, the spider web. Each area and aspect of our life interacts with one another. So that's why we want to pay at least a little bit of attention to each one of those areas and aspects of our life. So to get through the SOAP framework today and over the next 6 days, we're going to take emotional, mental, spiritual, contribution, communication, and confidence. We're going to go through those 6 areas, the whole SOAP framework in one day. So in order to do that, I have to figure out a way to speak quickly since I committed to 10 minutes or less per video this time through the Get Up and Go challenge. So first thing I'm going to do probably every day is share our tool, and then we're going to use that tool to help us with the S, the O, the A, and the P, because some tools are so amazing and so flexible they can be used for more than one or in more than one way to help us on a subconscious and conscious level to work through the SOAP framework to guarantee that we will make change and challenges as easy as breathing for us, and that we will get and be guaranteed to get the best result for us anytime we're faced with a change or challenge. So what's today's tool? Emotions is a big topic. It's an emotional topic. It's all about our emotions and our feelings. And the tool I like for discussing this area and aspect of my life, and I use on a regular basis, is something called the emotional guidance system. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I took a picture of it, so I will share it in the comments below. But also, you can just Google or go on your favorite search engine and say or ask or type emotional guidance system, and you'll get all kinds of amazing, beautiful graphics, much better than mine, on the emotional guidance system. I credit Abraham Hicks, Jerry and Esther Hicks, and the teachings of Abraham for this emotional guidance system. I believe that they are actually the first ones to talk about and share it in this format. Now, emotional guidance systems or emotional guidance, whatever they call it, there's all kinds of graphics and there's all kinds of write-ups on it if you want more detail. But basically, it breaks down our emotions in a hierarchy from 1 to 22 levels of energy that we feel and we experience. And the goal of the energy pyramid, or the energy or emotional emotional guidance system, although emotions are energy, is to always be reaching for a higher level feeling, right? A higher vibration, a higher level feeling, so that we create more of what we want in our life. So what I always find interesting about this is that there's 7 levels of positive, what I consider positive good feelings. I put a little break in the line to show that. And then the rest are all what I consider heavy, negative, not the way I want to go feelings. So you go from joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation, all the way down to grief, fear, depression, powerlessness, despair, and being a victim, and everything in between. So how do you go about using this scale? I'll demonstrate that as we go through an example applying the S, the O, the A, and the P for our emotions. So let's just pick an emotion and work through this. So say I am feeling anger. I'm angry because we have more COVID restrictions and more COVID lockdown and more COVID mandates coming down the pipe. Now, that actually isn't, I don't know that that's true in my area. To be honest, I quit paying attention to it a long time ago. I just live my life and do what I need to do to keep myself and my family safe, and all the other stuff, do what I got to do when I have to deal with it. I don't spend any time listening to the debate or paying any attention to it. I think for myself and do what's right for me and my family and my health, and all the news and all the nonsense and all the statistics and all the creative reporting of everything. I don't let it impact me. I don't let it impact me emotionally. But say my business is going to be shut down, and so I'm angry. It's going to be restricted even further than it has been, and I'm already feel like I'm bloodletting. So this is the story I'm telling myself. This is the situation. This is the current story. Hey, I'm angry because my business is being shut down. Or I'm angry because I've lost a big customer or whatever, or I'm angry because I have to homeschool my kids, or I'm angry because my kids have to wear masks to school, whatever. Something might trigger us and I'm feeling angry. So what is my current story about feeling angry? Describe that. What is my story? And then what do I want it to be? Do I want to feel angry? Well, no, I don't know about you, but most of the time I want to live up here in the 1 area, or in the 1 through 7 category, where I'm at least content, right? 7 is contentment. I want to at least be content and satisfied and happy and enthusiastic and eager and optimistic and positive, and have positive expectations and beliefs and passion, enthusiasm, and things like that for my life. So I want to be living up in this green zone, not so much in the blue zone. To me, the green zone is an upward spiral, and these can be, if we're reaching for a better feeling all the time, they can be an upward spiral. But otherwise, if we're staying here, we can be locked in what I call a downward spiral. And we never want to do that. At least I never want to do that. So I'm at anger. That's the story I'm telling myself. What is my current story? What do I want it to be? And that's what I'm going to use to fill the gap. Now, how do I fill that gap? By coming up with options in our SOAP framework. What could I possibly do? We learned brainstorming. We learned the imaginary friend. We use visualization for options. We listed and did different things. But what I want to do is I want to come up with some options. What are some possible ways I can deal with this anger? Or I can go from anger to something higher on the list. That's why I like the emotional guidance system. Because if I'm angry, just feeling discouraged or doubt or disappointment or overwhelmed or frustrated, irritated, impatient, pessimistic, or bored, all of those are lighter, better feelings. So I don't have to go all the way from angry to joy and knowledge and wisdom and love and light. I can just go from angry to blaming. I can blame. And as much as I think blaming is a bad thing to do, blaming is better than being angry, right? Blaming the powers that be, blaming politicians, blaming the media, blaming is better feeling to me than anger. So that's an option. So I can list a bunch of options. So what are some options? What are 3 ways to regulate my emotions? Number 1, I can label my emotion. I can find it on this chart, and once I give it a label and a name, then I know how to start dealing with it, and I can even look for options to it. Number 2, I can reframe my thoughts. I can say, okay, am I really angry? Am I super duper angry about this? Or am I just disappointed and frustrated? Or am I frustrated and irritated and impatient because I'm sick of having my livelihood impacted by outside forces? Then, after we come up with options, we're going to use one of our tools to decide what option to take action on. Maybe we decide we're going to keep a mood journal. And in our mood journal, we're just going to track our mood and how we go from one of these to a better feeling for us. And how will we know if we're making progress? The P in SOAP. Well, where are we spending our time? Are we feeling a negative emotion, feeling it, and then moving on to something else? Or are we staying stuck there in a circle, running around and around, waiting for something to change outside of us, when really what has to change is something inside of us? So that's just a quick view of the emotional guidance system. And our action today is just to take a look at it, practice, pick one emotion that you're feeling. Just, hey, I'm feeling lonely today. And I don't even know if lonely's on here, but I don't think it is. That's pretty funny. So pick an emotion, say worry or blame or jealousy or grief. Maybe you've lost somebody close to you. And then just work through your S, the O, the A, and the P with respect to your emotions on that topic, that thing. And share in the comments below just the emotion that you decided to work on. You don't have to tell us anything about it unless you want to, of course, but just share what emotion you chose to use the emotional guidance system on today. That is our emotional SOAP. Have any questions, hit me up. It's a big topic. We could spend probably a week just on the emotional guidance system alone in our emotional SOAP. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.